Okay, today we're going to be solving rate problems. We're on lesson 9. We're going to start out, and I'm going to do the hardest part with you on this. And then when you guys join the meet, you're going to be doing an activity on Desmos that's going to kind of walk you through some different things. So we're going to use unit rates like a pro today. You're on page 51. That's the only page that you're going to turn in for notes. So the fastest of all. So what they do is they have a list of animals and the distance that they went. So wild animals from around the world wanted to hold an athletic competition, but no one would let them on an airplane. They decided to just measure how far each animal can sprint in 1 minute and send the results to you so you could decide the winner. So number 1 says which animal sprinted the farthest, and then we're going to put them in place rankings for all. So notice that all of the animals, it's all in a different type of distance. So the easiest way is to convert all of these to feet. So we really can't compare yards and miles and inches and feet. They all need to be in the same unit distance. And we're going to be converting all of these to feet. That is what we're doing in this part. So it says, let's find the distance for each animal in feet. So we're going to be going through every single one of these on the chart. Now in the top, what I did for you is I gave you some conversion measurements. And some of these you may know, some of these you may not. But there is 1 yard in 3 feet. So if we're going to take the cougar, that's the one we're going to start with. And he starts out in yards. So what we would do is we would do 1408 times the 3 feet. So if you were to do 1408 times 3, you would get 4,224 feet. So next to the cougar in your book, I want you to write this down that you see in the pink box. And then I also want you to write his total. So he's 4,224 feet. Now we're going to need to know every one of these animals in feet to decide who was the fastest. So you're going to want to kind of keep track as we go. So now I move down to the antelope. So now I'm on the second part of it. And here's your hint. It says 1 mile is 1,760 yards. And then your measurement or your conversion before was yards to feet. So we're going to do 2 steps here. We're going to be doing miles to yards, and then we're going to be going from yards to feet. What you can do is you can multiply 1 mile by the 1760. Now I got the mile right there. And then I converted it to the 1760 yards, and then I'm going to multiply that to feet. So 1 times 1,760 times 3 would be 5,280 feet. So it would be 50 to 80 feet for the antelope. So you're going to write that down next to the antelope. And then the next one we have here is the hare. Now he's in inches. So what you need to know is that there are 12 inches in 1 foot, and that is a conversion that you should know, and I know that most of you do know. So what we would do is we would take that 49,632 and we would divide it into 12 inches. And then when we divide those, we get 4,136 feet, which is what we want. We want them all in feet. Okay, so you should write down what you see there in the pink box and also next to the animal in feet. So the next one down is the kangaroo. Now the kangaroo and the ostrich are harder. There are multiple steps. So basically you're going from meters to feet, and that takes quite a bit. Okay, so your hint for you is 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Well, 254 centimeters make 1 inch. And then as you know, 12 inches make a foot. So here's how it will go. We'll take the 1073 meters and we're going to multiply it to that 100 centimeters. And I get 107,300 centimeters. Well, now I need to go from centimeters to inches. So I'm going to take this answer, the 107,300, and I'm going to divide it by the 2.54 inches. And that's going to make me have inches. 42,244. Well, I don't want inches. I want feet for every single one of them. So I'll divide it again. 42,244, which is the answer here, divided by 12. And you're going to get 3,520 feet. So that's how far the kangaroo goes. And now the ostrich is the hardest one. So the ostrich is kind of the one where you're doing all of them together. You're going from kilometers to feet, which is multiple steps. In 1 kilometer, there's 1,000 meters. Well, 1 meter is 100 centimeters. There's 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. And as you know, there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So just start one thing at a time. We're going biggest and down, right? So the kilometer to meters is where we'll start. So this 1.15, I'm going to multiply to 1,000 to get it in meters. So you get 1,150. So now you take those meters and you're going to multiply it by the centimeters. And that's going to give you 115,000 centimeters. Well, now I need to go from centimeters to inches. Okay, so now I'm going to take that answer, the 115,000, and I'm going to divide it by 2.54. And I'm going to get the 45,275 inches. Now remember, I'm making them all in feet. So now I'm going to take those inches, 45,275, and I'm going to divide it by 12. And your answer would then be 3,772 feet. And that would be for the ostrich. Okay, and then when I get to the coyote, he is already in feet. So there's nothing that I need to do, thank goodness. So 3,773 feet. So what I did is I just you're still on the same page. I just simplified mine. I put all of the answers next to the animals so I can answer number 1 and number 2. So which animal was the farthest? So the highest number is the 5,280. So the antelope is the fastest or went the farthest, however you want to look at it. Now they want you to rank them. So I just put them in order from the fastest to the slowest. Okay, so it goes antelope, cougar, hare, coyote, ostrich, kangaroo. That's what you're going to write for number 2. So you're going to join the meet and we're going to start our Desmos activity.